Hey, it's Christine Grace. Welcome back to my channel. Today is another reaction video. Like the video on your way in, let's get straight into it. So today I'm reacting to a video that someone has sent me. Hi Christine, I'm one of your subscribers from India. I really want you to know that there is a crisis happening with Indian men nowadays where wives are unaliving their husbands for their love affairs. Recently, multiple cases made headlines where the wife brutally unalived her husband for the man that she was having an affair with. Law and media doesn't care about men's issues, don't we know that to be true? Which is why I request you to react to this video, which talked about this issue so that people know about the ongoing crisis of Indian men. Please, I hope you'll see this. Well, we often talk about what's going on in the Western world, and I guess perhaps out of ignorance, you just kind of presume that, you know, this kind of thing isn't happening in the East, but I guess from what this guy is saying, it's definitely happening outside of the West, and if not worse. I mean, we hear a lot of bad stories over here in the West, but unaliving partners? I don't know if we get that extreme. Let's check it out together.
Jaspreet is about to date a girl from his hometown. No, don't do it. Don't you know what Indian women are like? Oh, it's too late. Jaspreet's girlfriend has already cheated on him and turned him into a feminist at the same time. Arjun looks around at the sad state of his country. What has happened to my people? Why are the men at war with the women? And what can we do to fix this issue? My name is Hamza, and my mission is to change the lives of 10 million men before my 30th birthday on June 10th, 2027. I make these videos because I think that men have been left behind, and this is my small contribution to the world. If we become strong and masculine, women can be feminine again, and the whole world heals. And so today I'm going to
We can definitely get behind that.
Tell you the story of Raja Raguanchi. Raja was the youngest of 3 brothers, and he grew up working in his family business. His brothers Sachin and Vipin were already married, and so some of the pressure was on for Raja to get married as well. And so on May 11th of this year, he gets an arranged marriage to a woman named Sonam. The wedding happens, their marriage is official, and his wife plans the entire honeymoon. Before they go on the honeymoon though, she pulls away. It's not uncommon for a couple to get married and shortly afterwards the wife's behavior completely changes.
I've heard this same story again and again and again.
And she starts acting more cold. A lot of divorced men have actually said this online, that the moment they got married, their wife started getting cold and distant and resentful and stopped having sex with them. But this wasn't an ordinary case. She pulled away up until the time of their honeymoon. They stay in like this cabin near like some waterfalls for their honeymoon, and on the last day they check out because they're about to do this trek, and there's a few other people who are staying in the same cabin who are doing the trek as well. So Raja, his wife Sonam, and a few random guys are all about to go trek through the jungle. His family text him, you know, how was the honeymoon, and he doesn't reply. He doesn't reply for a little while. They text his wife, hey, you know, he's not replying, what happened? And she says, oh yeah, they just had an argument, he stormed off, she's not spoke to him, she's busy, whatever. His family and his friends notice that he's still posting on social media all the time, he's posting to his stories. He starts replying to his family, but no one's seen him for days. Soon, the family are getting even worried, they're becoming suspicious. That's not the way that he texts. A search party forms. Where is he?
Oh my word.
His wife hired the 3 men who were on the trek with him to kill him.
What?
Hired the 3. A search party forms. Where is he? His wife hired the 3 men who were on the trek with him to kill him.
I do this for a living. I react to stuff and I talk about it for a living. It is not often that I am genuinely speechless. It says here, Raja was killed in 4th attempt by wife. I don't have any words apart from this is absolutely disgraceful.
Like imagine going on a trek with your new wife and you're just hiking together and there's a few other people a part of the same group as you. They got to a sheer drop. The guys grabbed him, slit his throat, took his jewelry, took his phone, took everything, and then pushed him down this massive pit. His body was found like a whole week later, decomposing. She took his phone, she knew the passcode, and for a week afterwards, she was pretending to be him, texting his family.
Oh, it makes you really uncomfortable, doesn't it? I don't understand. How did she think that was going to end? I don't understand how you can marry someone you hate enough to end their life. I'm really struggling with what to even say.
And uploading to his social media profile so everyone thought that he was still okay. A few days ago I was on my phone and I posted to my Instagram story and I said, what are some men's issues that you want me to talk about on my next YouTube video? And I got message after message after message of guys saying, you have to talk about this, Hamza, not just...
Yeah, I'll be honest, the email that I showed is not the only message I've received about a crisis that is happening in India between men and women. Not just this particular story. I get a lot of messages on Instagram from my Indian subscribers saying there is a real problem with Indian women at the moment. And obviously I'm not there. I don't know what's contributing to it. I presume maybe it's a similar kind of thing with entitlement of Indian women. I don't know if they're exposed to the same amount of stuff that people are here in the West, but maybe because of different legal systems or what, I don't know, different way of life, they're able to go this far. And it makes you question, doesn't it, if Western women were, in that kind of environment, would they take it that far? I don't want to speculate, but...
This that we've just spoke about, not just about Raja, but there has been 7 other cases like this in the last month in India. 7 times a husband has been killed because of his wife in the last month. March 25th, another guy, Praveen Rao, came home early and he found his wife getting fucked by some random guy.
Maybe I should have put a warning at the beginning of this video. This video is a lot. I'm sorry, guys. This is really heavy.
India. 7 times a husband has been killed because of his wife in the last month. March 25th, another guy, Praveen Rao, came home.
YouTuber kills husband and father of her son and dumps his body in drain after he catches her cheating. He catches her
early and he found his wife getting fucked by some random guy. She got hit, that guy, the guy she's cheating with, to attack her husband and strangle him to death, and they dumped his body in a canal. March 20th, Chandrasekhar was sleeping when his wife got her lover, the guy she was cheating with, to sneak into the room and strangle him to death. March 19th, Dilip was riding home from work when there was a few guys stranded, their bike wasn't working and they asked him for help. When his back was turned, they fucking executed him and dumped his body in the field. His wife organized it because he found out she was cheating. March 16th, another man finds out his wife is cheating. He goes to confront her. She lures him upstairs where the fucking guy she was cheating with was waiting for him, and he beats his fucking skull in with an iron pipe. March 4th, a guy from the military, from the Navy, comes home on his daughter's birthday, and his wife prepares a drink for him. He's starting to fall unconscious when then she brings in the guy that she's cheating with, and that guy beheads him. He chops his fucking head off, and both of them together, the wife and the guy she was cheating with, chop him up into 17 pieces and put him into fucking like cement-filled drums like it's a fucking horror movie. March 3rd, another husband in India hears his wife on the phone to a man. He confronts her. She grabs a knife and brutally attacks him and stabs him in the fucking dick. And when he collapsed on the floor, she grabbed a brick and bludgeoned him in the skull with it. April 12th, a guy named Ravit discovers his wife is cheating, and after they have an argument, eventually he's fallen asleep. She invites over the guy she was cheating with. They strangle him to death and make it look like a snake bite. They get like
25
a venomous snake and put it underneath his body. 7 cases where the wife was cheating, the husband found out, and the wife gets him killed because of it. There is a culture in India that no one's speaking about, where Indian women are cheating on their husbands, and when their husbands find out, they're getting them killed. Indian women already had like a really bad reputation sort of worldwide. Guys would kind of talk about them and say like, oh yeah, just be careful. They're like hyper feminist, they hate men. And this is on top of that. Feminists, like the big lie of feminism is that it's supposed to be for equality of the sexes. Where are the feminists now? Where are they? Have you seen one feminist march for this? Have you seen one feminist post about any of these cases? Have you seen the feminists on the street saying, women, wives, stop cheating on your husbands, stop killing your husbands? Not a single.
They will support this kind of behavior, and they will find a way to blame the man. They will find a way to say that she was retaliating, she was being abused, she was just fighting back. It's disgusting. It is disgusting. And women need to publicly condemn this. I can't believe this isn't being spoken about.
Single feminist is going to talk about shit like this because they don't care about men's rights or men's safety. When men are the victims, everyone's just quiet. No one speaks about it. Every single one of these cases that has happened in the last month or so happened because the woman was cheating on her man. And here's a brutal lesson you need to know. Women are different to men. In a woman's mind and heart, a light switch can just flip and she can lose all respect, all attraction towards you. Women are only loyal to the guy whose dick they are sucking. And if it's not yours, even if you're married, even if you've been married for 20 years, even if you've been providing for her, even if you've been the best boyfriend ever, it doesn't matter. Whose dick did she suck today? That's whose side she will be on. And when a woman is cheating, even if you had history, even if you had children, that fucking guy who was in the Navy who came home on his daughter's birthday. I didn't even tell you the fucked up part. You know the guy who, like, he came home, he got drugged and he got fucking beheaded and chopped into 17 pieces. He came home on his daughter's birthday. Do you want to know how they found out what happened to him? His fucking daughter, little girl, was talking to the neighbors and she admitted to them, Papa is in the drums. His little daughter knew what happened to him. You could have a child, you could be a good husband, you could provide, you could do all these things, but if a woman starts cheating on you, it is over. And it won't just be that she'll cheat and she'll feel guilty and then you guys will split up. Some women have these like psychopathic tendencies where if you are not the guy that, you know, they are like obsessed over, if you died, they would not give a shit. In fact, they would prefer that you die over them feeling slightly embarrassed. If a woman doesn't respect you, if she's not sucking your dick, like if she doesn't see you as that sort of like godly kind of figure of the guy she's in love with, obsessed with, she would literally rather you die than her just getting a bit of slight embarrassment. This is why women who, for example, cheat on their boyfriends and then get caught out will say the guy that they willingly had sex with raped them. They're willing to destroy that random guy's life that they cheated with just to save themselves from the sort of public humiliation of being called a cheater. They would literally rather you get sent to prison. Imagine one day you cold approach a girl in the gym.
Women's reputation is so important to them, and unfortunately he's absolutely right. Women will often sabotage someone else in order to save themselves. Not just men, but other women too.
Things are going well, she seems horny for you. You're like, oh my God, it's like out of a movie, this is crazy. On the same day you end up fucking her, and then the next day the police are at your door and they say that you raped her. It was all consensual, but she had a boyfriend. Her boyfriend found out, her boyfriend got suspicious, so she just said, no, he raped me. There are women out there that would rather you get sent to prison for 20 years than their truth be shown to the world and to their social circles that they are not nice people. Women, through all of our generation and for the past few generations, have been told over and over and over how to protect themselves from men, to watch out, men are rapists, men are abusers, men are this, men are that, here's how to protect yourself. But men have had no such lessons. All we've been taught is that we are the bad guys. We've never been taught that there are many women in the world that are fucking psychopathic, that will just accuse you of rape or that would get you fucking murdered just to save themselves from like the awkward conversation of having to admit admit that they cheated on their partner or something like that. We have not been trained and taught that women can be genuinely as evil, maybe even more evil than men can. We've not been taught that. If you speak about this online, you're branded as like a misogynist. Can you imagine what people will think of me from this video? Could you imagine that every fucking video I make talking about these things is like a bit of social suicide where another person looks at me weird when I'm like walking through the street or whatever, or I'm in the gym? I had two girls come up to me and they're like, oh yeah, is all your content like rage bait? Are you just like a misogynist? This is like, they see this as misogyny. Me bring.
Oh, it's sad, isn't it? Because, you know, whilst I haven't experienced that myself, I've certainly met other people that have. It's like they don't even listen. They don't even listen to what's being said. It's just, oh, he's saying something that doesn't portray women in the best light, so he's a misogynist. You're not allowed to give any critique of modern women because automatically it's just, you're a misogynist. It's all these buzzwords to say that basically you can't say anything bad about women. It's like there's this whole psyop against, you know, the truth of women, which is women, just like men are human beings. There's good ones, there's bad ones. Simple as that. But no. Women, from day one, we're just propagandized to believe that we can't do anything wrong and that men are the bad guys and we are always the victim of that.
Bringing up men who have been fucking butchered, me bringing up men who have been killed by their cheating wives. If we speak about this issue, we're the bad guys. We are the misogynists now because we want to keep ourselves safe. Let me give you some advice. If you ever find yourself in a situation where you're getting cheated on, remember, every case that we spoke about today, every single one of them, she was cheating. If there's a time when a woman kills her husband, or, you know, she does something crazy to her husband, which of course happens like maybe more often than you realize. On average, if you're ever going to be killed or seriously harmed by someone, it's going to be someone you know, like your partner, rather than a stranger. So these cases where a woman ends up harming her partner, her boyfriend, husband, or getting him harmed by someone else is almost always, basically always, because she was cheating first. If you ever find yourself getting cheated on, you need to follow this advice. Do not confront her. You're not safe to do so. She's gonna deny it. Think about it. What are you gonna gain from confronting a woman? She's going to deny it. She's gonna lie up until she fucking dies on the stand, right? She would just lie and lie and lie. We know this. As guys, like, if you've been dating in the modern day, you know what modern women are like. If you try and say like, hey, I saw you texting that guy. No, I wasn't. And they'll delete the message or some shit. Were you cheating? No, I wasn't. No, I wasn't. No, I wasn't. No, I wasn't. They'll fucking die on that till eventually they'll admit to you, okay, fine. Yeah, we just kissed once. She got her fucking back blown out and she'll tell you we just kissed once. She'll drive you insane. If you ever think that you've been cheated on by a woman, don't you ever confront her. It is not safe to do so. Imagine this. Imagine you find out that she's been cheating on you. Imagine you bring it up to her. You're getting a bit heated. She's getting heated. And let's say she just attacks you. Let's say she slaps you. Let's say she comes at you with a knife. You call the police. Did you know in that circumstance, you are more likely to get arrested?
Yep.
From the police.
I've seen videos like this a lot, actually, where the woman, there's like documentaries on Netflix as well, the woman will be the one that's going batshit crazy. The woman will be the one that's like throwing the first punch, but the guy gets made to leave the home. The guy gets arrested, taken away, or told to stay somewhere else. I agree with him. It's not worth it. And I can understand, you know, you're fuming. She's completely committed the worst possible act of disrespect. You want to confront her. However, like he says, you're never going to get any closure from that. She's never going to admit anything. So you're better off silently walking away. Because that guilt, if she's not a psychopath, will hopefully eat her up anyway. No one with their brain somewhat balanced can live with guilt forever. So by you leaving, if you're the kind of person that doesn't cheat, she's going to feel that. And regardless of, you know, getting revenge or closure or anything like that, you don't want to be around someone like that who cheats. Whether they're capable of taking it further like this or not, just get yourself out of it. You deserve so much better. It's not worth the risk that comes with saying, look, I caught you. It's not worth it. These women don't even deserve that.
Then she is. If a woman attacks you, in a domestic, in a relationship, and you call the police, statistically, the man is more likely to get arrested. Just think about that blatant misandry. I think that's the word for it. Misogyny is when you hate women. And there's not that many guys who are misogynist. I think that word's thrown out like fucking crazy. But misandry, that's the word for women who hate men. This is the type of shit these fucking
And it's interesting what he says, isn't it? Misogynist, there's not actually many men. I've never met a man who's a genuine misogynist, like genuinely hates women. But I can tell you right now, I've met many women who are misandrous. Misandry is just common amongst women, but yet it's not named. And misogyny is not common amongst men, but that name is thrown out there all the time. Why? Female projection. Accusation is almost always an admittance of guilt.
Feminists of today, they would never speak about. If you are the victim of domestic abuse, you are more likely to be arrested by the police. If you call them, if she has attacked you, if you call the police, you're more likely to get fucking arrested. Where are the feminists? If feminism's for equal rights, where are they? When was the last march for men's rights? When was the march for this statistic? They don't give a fuck about you. This wasn't about equality. A woman can only cheat on you if she has absolutely zero respect for you, and it will never come back. Don't you ever put yourself in the position where you've been cheated on and you're trying to argue with her or whatever, because the relationship is dead. And don't you ever accept a woman who's cheated on you, even slightly, like for example, she's been texting other guys. Don't you ever forgive a woman like that. They will only do that when they have zero respect for you. And when a woman has zero respect for you, it will never go up past that point, unless if you leave. The only way to increase a cheating woman's respect of you is when you leave the situation and basically you never speak to her ever again, and then she kind of fantasizes about you. But you don't do it through argument. Through an argument, especially a heated argument, you gain nothing. You just anger her. And imagine you saying to her, oh, you're a cheater, you're this because you're scared and you're not emotionally this and you're not mature and stuff. All you're doing is damaging her self-esteem, where she's going to be more likely to get heated and attack you. Keep yourself safe. All girls know this. All girls know that guys can be dangerous, whatever, but guys don't expect it, because think about it. You're probably thinking
almost makes it worse, doesn't it? Because guys aren't on guard for it.
Yeah, sure, Hamza, but what's a little girl gonna do to me? I'm tall, I'm muscular, I weigh 50, 100 pounds more than she does, I can fight, whatever. Sure, but
all of these cases where the women have killed their husbands, it's been done with the help of a man, and it's been done in an insidious, sinister fashion. It's been done in a way that's secretive, because women are manipulators and women know that they don't have physical power, so they're not going to do it in the same way a guy would, which is just upfront, straight away, boom, I can unalive you. Women will think, they will plan, and they will do it in a way that catches you off guard. These types of psycho women will anyway.
Imagine you're done with the argument, you've made up, and she's been so sweet to you and she let you fuck her really nicely, and then she says you raped her. Or imagine she's she's nice and stuff and she's crushed up fucking pills to put in your drink. Or imagine everything's kind of nice, she says that she's ordered some food, she opens the door and there's 3 fucking guys coming in there to beat your fucking ass. Don't you ever think that, oh, but she's just a little girl, she can't harm me. In fact, on average, men have probably been more harmed by women than they have from fucking other men, because the emotional fucking damage that a woman can do to you is fucking infinite, and also she can get you physically harmed as well. So don't you ever have this bias of thinking, oh well, I'm safe, if I get to confront her and say, hey, you've been cheating, you've been misbehaving in this relationship. You should do that in a very, very safe environment. You should even consider recording it, so that if she goes to the police to say that, oh, you hit her or something, you could show, no, in the video, look, nothing happened. Maybe you should do it in public. Meet her in the library, meet her in school, meet her in a cafe. If you're ever going to break up with a girl and you want to do it in person, meet them somewhere public so they can't just randomly lie and say that you did some crazy shit to them. Don't argue, stay public.
I like that a lot. I'm a big advocate for that.
Maybe record it as well, record the voicemail, or even just set up your phone. I've had some times with girls where they started to behave like this, so I literally pulled my phone out, put the front camera on, recorded it, and said, listen, this is just for everyone's safety. And I've had the girl snatch my phone, throw it to the floor and everything. And these are the type of girls, I swear to God, you would have never expected this from. If you have never seen a woman's anger just switch on to the point that she turns violent, you would be so surprised when it happens, because you'll see the sweet, bubbly girl you've always seen, and she will get enraged rage, she will chase after you, she'll claw after you and stuff. And a lot of people would watch this and say, oh, well, what did you do to deserve it? It's like, no, motherfucker, fuck you, feminists. All this time, the feminists have been talking about don't victim blame. So let's not fucking victim blame the men here. You have every right to confront another person who's angered you, who's upset you, who's cheated on you. That's part of your human rights to have a fair discussion, but some girls won't take that well. You've got to be fucking careful. Stay public if you have to do any of this shit. If you found out that you've been getting cheated on and you want to speak to her, I would suggest don't even speak to her, bro. If you know that she's got no respect for you, if she's cheated, if she's messaged a single other guy whilst you're in a relationship with her, she has no respect for you. You getting into this conversation like, yeah, why did you message him? Yeah, you messaged him. You're not a good person. She's just going to keep losing more and more respect for you. With these types of girls, the one who has no respect for you, the one who cheated on you, maybe send a last nice message like, hey, you know, it's not working out. I really like you. I hope the best, whatever. And then just block them. Just go ghost afterwards. That's the only way to kind of redeem yourself. And also you kind of save yourself from circumstances like this. If you ever feel like you're in danger, then make sure you actually take this seriously. I'm telling you right now, you would not expect the type of woman who would act violently if, for example, you find her cheating on you. It would be the sweetest, smallest, most innocent girl, and she'll throw things at you and she'll attack you, she'll snap you, she'll randomly punch or scratch herself and say it was you, like shit like that. You would be so surprised that shit like this happens. Don't get blindsided like this. Like a lot of guys just live in this fairy tale to think that women are all like, you know, little babies and whatever. Yeah, they can be, but a woman's wrath can be even more chaotic than a man's, honestly. Because the difference between like a man and a woman is the woman can lie and deceive and get 10 guys to attack you, right? If you enrage a guy, it's like him and his known friends that are on you. But if you enrage a woman, she can be so insidious and get your entire community to attack you. If you haven't already, go and Google like false rape accusation like stories. Go find out the stories of the times where girls, just out of embarrassment or, you know, they've been caught cheating, whatever, they'll get a group of guys to beat like their husband or their boyfriend or the guy they were cheating with to death. You're thinking, oh, well, I'll be fine, you know, this shit's not really gonna affect me, whatever. Yeah, but 5 guys knocking on your fucking door would. If it ever escalates to the point that, you know, police are involved or whatever, make sure you stay calm because you're more likely to get arrested than the woman is. And a lot of countries have it where it's the sort of primary aggressor who would be arrested. Basically what that means is even if you've called the police because she hurt you, if you're the bigger, more dominant person, which you are gonna be because you're a fucking man, the police are more statistically likely to arrest you than her, even if you have a sign that you've been hurt. And for my Indian followers who are watching this, I had so many guys who messaged me on Instagram telling me to like, I've got to make a video about this. I had so many young Indian guys message me saying like they're so afraid to date. At first, like a few years ago, it used to be all about the feminist Me Too, #MeToo movement, where so many girls were saying that any guy who spoke to them was like a rapist and whatever. And of course, look, we can see it from their perspective. India does have like rape. It does have like a lot of like scary shit for women as well. But it seems like people in India are just butting heads and it's just, the whole setup's not working. So allow me to just teach you what the 3 stages of love actually are. The first stage that we had hundreds of years ago was like the traditional stage. The man was masculine, the woman was feminine. Neither person had the sort of balance or appreciation of one another. And then there was a lot of control and sort of insidious poisoning of the relationship. The man works hard and provides, but he's not really there emotionally for the woman. He doesn't really know how to love a woman properly. The woman, sure, she shows up as a mother and as a housewife, but then she doesn't really show up in other ways as like a bedroom partner, as a lover, and she can be like rude sometimes. That was like the first stage, the traditional relationships. And then what we have in the modern times is like the 50-50 relationships, where both men and women are kind of like weirdly androgynous, where they're more like friends than they are lovers. And this can be good because, you know, there's a lot of like mutual companionship and interests and stuff. But a lot of people are just kind of dissatisfied because women are pissed off that men aren't like real men anymore. Men are pissed off that women aren't feminine and beautiful and, you know, like so cute anymore. They're not like the kind of wives you would want. The problem is a lot of people don't want to go back to how it was in the first place. The traditional relationship had some problems as well. So we're stuck here at stage 2 love. Stage 3 love, if stage 2 was 50-50, stage 3 is 100-100. It's where we push aside the old conventions of like lifelong marriages and,
I can't take these meme images seriously, but I get what he's saying.
you know, like the sort of the force that religion had and the social life had on those marriages. Because these days, like we all know, marriage isn't sacred, even for religious people. It's not even sacred. Religious people, non-religious people, they get married, they get divorced 4 years later. Like no one actually believes that someone who gets married is absolutely going to stay together forever these days. The social conventions aren't there to actually reinforce the traditional relationship. And also the 50-50 relationship, it's just so tame, it's just so bullshit. Men aren't men, women aren't women, no one likes each other. The third stage is when it is 100-100, when men bring their absolute best selves, where they are masculine but they are also empathetic to the feminine, where you are like a traditionally masculine strong man who makes money and provides, but you also know how to love a woman and make her feel safe, seen and appreciated, where the woman is incredibly feminine and she is like your best support. She's like the housewife and the mother for your children, but she also appreciates your masculine essence, and she knows that sometimes you can't be there for her because your work is more turbulent right now, and she knows that she needs to give you space. Both people start to appreciate one another. We're still some distance away from that third stage, and the kind of relationship dynamic for that would be like lovers, like long-term relationship where you might be with someone for 3 years or 10 years or 15 years, whilst the love is actually helping both of you grow, but without this sort of force of like, yeah, we're married so we have to stay together, because really you don't really have to. Right now, where we are in the modern day,
I understand what he's saying completely, and I guess, you know, we all hope for something like that. But my concern in all of that is children. You know, I don't like the wording forced to be together, but I genuinely believe that in the traditional sense, obviously he knows that this wasn't all black and white, right? But for the most part, I think he's spot on. However, I do think that there was and have been couples who were genuinely maybe not happy but content with being each other from start to finish, and they didn't feel forced to be together because of social norms or conventions. It just flowed naturally for them. Now, do I think this is going to happen for everyone? No, but my concern with the last part of what he said, I agreed with everything up until he said, you know, you're only with someone for 3 years or 5 years or 10 years and then you move on when it's no longer serving you. I think is a bit of a modern mindset because it's more instant gratification and what am I getting out of this now? The truth is, human beings are imperfect and we can't all be 100% all of the time. Sure, you might be able to do it for 3 years, for 5 years, maybe even 10 years if you're some kind of Olympian, but you're going to get exhausted after a while. Everyone has bad days and that's okay. And I think true love, maybe I'm just being overly feminine here, but I think true love is sticking by someone even when they're not their best all the time. But, you know, if they fall down to 60 or 30 or at their worst, they fall down to 10 or 5, you're there to help them get back up to 100 because you've seen them at 100 before and you know that they can get back there. And like I said, my main concern with that thing is, what about children? If you have children with someone and then, you know, you've been together for a significant amount of time, it's a healthy relationship, but maybe, you know, the bedroom spark has gone a bit, or maybe, you know, the wife is a little bit rude sometimes, or maybe the guy is working more hours at work. I don't think that should be a reason to split up if you've got children involved. Now, obviously, as always, I like to state the, you know, the grey areas. If one of them is being abused, if there is addiction, if there is infidelity, if it is a genuinely bad and dangerous situation, then of course it is best for the children to be kept away from that arrangement. However, I don't believe that that is the case for most people. I think there's a very small minority of people that experience something like that. So let's just stick to the majority here. I think that most cases, you know, you're not going to be 100% all the time. And I don't think you should just stay together for when you are 100% all the time. If you are both the kind of people that want something more long term, and if you have children, I think if there are no real problems, like problems that constitute a separation, I think stand by each other because no one can be 100% all the time, and we're human. None of us can be the perfect Chad or the perfect housewife all the time. Life isn't about perfection, it's about trying your best, in my opinion. He has his opinion, this is just mine.
2025, we're in this weird fucked up middle where men don't want to be with women, women don't want to be with men. We don't really like each other. There's so much disrespect, there's so much hatred for one another in our cultures. There are massive groups of men who hate women. There are massive groups of women who hate men. There are massive groups of people who are trying to use tactics against one another. There's so much manipulation and gaslighting and abuse and just turmoil that more and more every few months people are just dropping out of dating and love entirely, because it's just not really worth it these days, right? If you're a young man watching this, especially if you're in India, you're probably just thinking to yourself, like, is it even worth this? So many young guys watch me and they say, Hamza, you know what? You make too many videos about love and women because I don't even care. I don't even want a girl anymore. It's not even worth it. I just want to focus on me. And how sad is that? Love is supposed to be like one of the best parts of life, one of the most healing parts of life, one of the most memorable parts of life. Like your memories, when you're dying, when you're older, your memories will be like put into blocks of time based on what woman you were sharing love with. It is literally one of the most important parts of life. And yet today we're just thinking, yeah, it's not even worth it. It's just a headache. I'd rather just get a dog so I've got some love, and I'd rather just work on my business and go to the gym, and maybe I'll like, you know, have sex with this person or this person. I'll date this person casually. Maybe I'll drop out of the dating entirely and I'll just fucking masturbate and wait till the sex robots that Elon Musk is making come out. It's just such a sad state because we're bringing so much hatred and resentment to each other. And here's the most important part. That's what the world is like. But you, as an individual, us as a community, we don't have to be like that. We can be like a shining beacon of light of guys who are becoming more masculine. We're becoming...
I cannot get over this. The meme imagery.
Strong. We're not like the pussy soft guys of the modern times. We're knowing how to lead. We know how to like ask a woman out on a date, you know, to tell her like, yeah, wear this dress, show up at this time, whatever, I'll pick you up. You know, you can be the strong, sexy, masculine guy. But we're also learning how we can be empathetic towards the feminine women that we want to get with, to know that for them, it's not just about providing or you being strong or you taking them out on dates, but it's you being present and attentive and making them feel appreciated and beautiful. When you learn how to actually love a woman, and you are also a strong masculine man, you are the catch, like the official catch of the world. Most women would love to be with a guy like that, which means that the game is actually so easy these days. So there's some hope for you. You know how we can constantly talk about the problems of dating and love, and this person's cheating, and this person hates women, and this guy hates men, and whatever the fuck, all this fucking headache. Just take a breath and just know this path that you're on, where you're becoming more masculine, just like Adonis, you will be one of like the best catches in the world. You will literally have dozens of women who would be so happy to have you. These days, there's not even that many like strong men, you know, who are providing, who are masculine, who know how to like lead a woman. But if you're that strong guy and you're also soft with a woman when you need to be, you're not just overly patriarchal, but you can be in touch with her emotions. You know how to like dance with the feminine. You know how to surf the waves of her emotions. You are literally on track to become one of the most desirable men in history. It's actually easier than you think. You just need the right guidance. And that's what I'm here for. Do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it.
Brilliant marketing there at the end. I'd buy into it if I was a dude. But the overall premise of this video, I think he's really hit a lot of nails on the head there. Thank you for sending this video over to me. I know a lot of you did. To my Indian subscribers, I'm so sorry that this is the current state of things. I know we have a lot of problems here in the West, but I'm not downplaying the problems here in the West whatsoever. This is really some serious stuff that's going on. I mean, it's heavy. It's really heavy. Like I said before, it's not often that I'm left speechless, but this really left me speechless. I wish I knew more about what was going on in India to be able to comment with some more context, but I don't. So really and truly, all I can do is put it to you guys. If you are in India right now, give us your experience. Let us know in the comments. Let's have a conversation about this. Let's start making people more aware of it. Because if it can happen there, for sure it can happen here. Unfortunately, you know, men and women, we're quite similar across the board. We just live in different parts of the world and have different social constructs that we, you know, abide by and live within. But if it can happen there, it can happen here, guys. So it's a conversation that needs to be had. To my Indian subscribers, let us know in the comments what it's actually like dating in modern India today. And on that note, I'm going to leave it there for today, guys. If you like the video, as always, please do give it a thumbs up on your way out. Be sure to subscribe to the channel to keep up to date with all of my content. And if you have a video for me to react to, you can send it over to me like this one via my social media platforms or by sending me an email. And if you'd like to become a member, you can do that by becoming a member right here on YouTube, where you'll get access to my members only community, or you can send me a donation via Buy Me a Coffee. The link is in the description. And on that note, I will see you very soon in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.